for encouraging our future community leaders. And most important of all, I want to commend all of our outstanding students and winners who are wonderful representatives of our city. We're very proud of you. I look forward to seeing you in Olive Garden and all the city council.
Mr. Mayor, was that Olive Garden in Valdosta?
That's a very good question. Gentlemen and ladies, we now go to item number 3, minutes approval. First, you all had a chance to peruse your minutes. Are there any additions or corrections as submitted? Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as submitted? Hearing none, the minutes will be accepted by acclamation. Now, for this portion, we move to item 4, which is citizens to be heard. The routine here is that we ask that you make your comments directly to the council and not engage in debate. Our policy is to address your questions at a later time. So at this point, are there any citizens wishing to be heard?
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Jay Smith. I'm here as attorney for Roy Taylor. I appreciate the opportunity to be heard tonight. I'm here this evening to address the
Address, Mr. Smith.
address, I'm sorry, 1019 Cherrywood Circle, Valdosta, Georgia.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm here tonight, or this afternoon, to address the issue of the mayor's expense reimbursement for attendance at meetings of the Board of Department of Community Affairs in Atlanta, Georgia. Earlier today, the members of the council provided a packet of information which pertains to this issue, and frankly, I think it's been pretty well fleshed out in the press this week too, and I'm not going to go into the particulars of this matter, because I think it's well known to everyone here tonight. What I am here to do this evening is to make 3 requests on behalf of Mr. Taylor for the City Council to consider. Number 1, I request the City Council to instruct the City Attorney, Mr. Talbot, to write a letter to the Department of Community Affairs asking the Department of Community Affairs to reimburse the city for certain mileage expenses that Mayor Freddie repaid to the Department of Community Affairs in September of 2010. Now, to give you a little background on that, in July, and of course I think everyone's aware, the mayor was receiving reimbursement for mileage and attendance to these meetings, both from the city and from the Department of Community Affairs. In September of the year 2010, he repaid a little over $2,000 to the Department of Community Affairs for that mileage. Subsequently, he wrote another check in the amount of $218 for one additional mileage check he received from the DCA. Interestingly, these repayments came shortly after an open records request made to the DCA back in July of 2010. The reason for this request that I'm making tonight is Mayor Freddie was 100% entitled to get mileage from the DCA. Apparently, the DCA has funding to reimburse board members for travel expenses. There's nothing wrong with him requesting reimbursement from the Department of Community Affairs for attending a meeting. I assume all other board members are doing the same thing. The problem is, if the mayor was going to repay those mileage expenses, it should have been repaid to the city of Valdosta, not to the DCA. You'll have in your packet a letter written by me to Mike Bailey, who is the commissioner of the DCA. I wrote it earlier this week, asking this very same thing. However, Mr. Taylor and I both feel that this request will have a lot more magnitude if it comes directly from the city. That's request number 1. Request number 2 is